We were born as birch trees in a forest of pines. Thick skin was never in our makeup, but we learned to make it work. On bad days, our skin would warp under pressure, rolling up into itself until it fell off. We saw a clean slate, but they saw us as naked and vulnerable. Despite our differences, we still grew up together. They grew tall and strong, towering over the forest with limbs that engulfed the sky, while we stayed back, too afraid to touch the clouds. As time blew through our leaves, the space grew larger. Hallways were battlefields only we could see, dodging the glares of lightning bolts and the coolness of the rain that fell down on our limbs. Words were the weapon of choice, but real damage was made in the neglect of the fallen. And looking for a place to hide, home was a so-called fortress, but how can you be safe when your base is in a canyon? Hatred has a way of sticking to you like gum on the bottom of a shoe, so we were welcomed by reminders to hate ourselves, bring ourselves down. Don't bother standing your ground, just go ahead and bury yourself underneath it. In this war, there was a tendency of dismissing the fine line between hatred and sanity. Hatred always takes over sanity, and exit signs only come in so many shapes. If they don't take you down, you will. Pills work like bandages, only covering the wounds for so long. Every tidal wave of depression and delusion would come back someday, so some days we'd start to listen. We would crack and split, splinters of ourselves bursting out. Our crackling screams were loud, so the wind would pick up and whisper us reassurances and efforts to shut us up. The thing is, kind words do as much good. Ignore that. Say all you want, but some things are simple. If you can't swim, you can't swim. Eventually, every storm blew away, leaving behind blue skies and sunshine that caressed our broken bodies. But scars are scars for a reason. They're going to stay no matter how hard you try to scrub them away. Despite missing branches, we tried to stand strong. Life turned into a cycle of spending the good days preparing for the bad ones. Some called it a waste, but we called it what it was. Necessary. With skin painted by lightning strikes, we are still standing. Nothing else matters as long as we are standing. But there are still times when I wonder, if a tree falls and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? If a tree falls and no one cares, does it make a sound?